Welcome to the We Blended and Blessed podcast. I'm your host, Wayne G, and I'm joined by my lovely bride, the most beautiful,
Erica G.
Our podcast offers real-life scenarios and situations that help you and your family overcome life's challenges, grow, have fun, and be blessed. We'd like to thank you for tuning in this week as we have our Super Bowl edition, We Sports and More. It's good? We sports and more, baby. I love some sports, and we about that. We about that life.
We about that life.
We about that life.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Before we dive in, we're here to help. Check it out. Hit us up with any questions at the We Blended and Blessed podcast at gmail.com. Subscribe and like our YouTube channel. Oh, yeah. At the We Blended and Blessed podcast. And, of course, follow us at Instagram at We Blended and Blessed podcast and at Twitter at We BNB Pod. Oh yeah, man, we trying to hit up every platform. We love your attention. We love the energy. Let's keep it going, man. So look, season 3, episode 2. Big Super Bowl tonight.
Yep.
You know, and of course in New Orleans, we have a little bit of a distraction today. We got Mardi Gras going on, so we're gonna do our festivities today and hit them up and real hard, and we're gonna get back and watch the game. So in a big game tonight, you know. What do you got?
Cowboys.
You know, the Cowboys are not playing.
Who playing again?
I
Kansas?
Think, no, don't embarrass
Philly?
me. No. Don't embarrass me now. Don't embarrass me now. We got two African-American quarterbacking their teams. So at the end of the day, some of us that support this will be happy. Either it's going to be Patrick Mahomes boy or Jalen.
Actually, I just really want to see a good game.
Okay.
And I want the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl.
You want the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. How long it's been? It's almost been like doggone your whole life since they were almost.
Not my whole life.
Almost.
You tried it.
Huh?
You tried it.
What is it, like 20 plus years now?
All right.
I was close, huh?
So they have a really good
like
halftime show lined up this year.
So it was like that commercial when they had that man with the fishing pole. Oh, you thought you almost had like this.
Riri is taking the stage.
I get a little carried away talking about them Cowboys.
So yeah, about the halftime show.
I love them Cowboys, right?
You love them?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
Nah.
Yes, you do.
Anyway. So, what are you looking forward to seeing tonight in the game? Is it stuff in the game or more of the halftime show?
I really like football, so a little bit of both.
You like football?
Mm-hmm.
My wife do like football. She get a little, she gets into it. She gets into the moment, and especially when them Cowboys play. The Cowboys play. When the Cowboys play, she get a bit excited, and then I get a bit excited too. Then she start to hate on me because I start to like the I start to like the stuff that happened in the game.
Say it again. You start to like the Cowboys?
Especially when
what
the
I
score.
hear you saying is
when
you
the
like
score go a certain way.
What I hear you saying is you like the Cowboys.
Like when the Cowboys just played their last game. That was a great game. You remember?
Mm-mm.
Not the one at Tampa. The game before that one.
Mm-mm.
After that one. All right. Okay. All right. So,
I have
like
cowboy amnesia.
Cal, why you got the jersey on again?
This? Oh, you can't see that. What that say?
12.
Wow. You disrespectful.
I got dyslexia.
You disrespectful.
Is it 12, right?
It's prime time, baby.
Prime time.
You better know it.
Better know it.
Dion.
Huh?
Who is?
He ain't swag.
He ain't swag. Not no more.
Not no more. That was powerful at one time. Who is swag?
Who is Dion? You know who Dion is, though, huh?
Dion a legend. No lie. I can't. I love.
You was wondering prom. What I had on.
I love prom.
And for those who can't see me, it's Deion Sanders.
Okay. All right. Cool. So the game, halftime show. What are your thoughts about the halftime show performance?
I mean, I like to see. I'm not a big concert person, so for me.
Thank God, because guess what? Them Beyonce tickets, y'all.
I did want to go to Beyonce. No, I'm just like.
You know, I mean, all this hype around Beyonce. Could she really just had done a little show, put on a performance, kind of kick off the world tour, give everybody a sneak peek on what they're going to be spending their $1,000 to going, especially because when you get one ticket costs about, I price them out between on the low side, $550 to $700, depending on which city and state you go visit at. And then once you get your outfit, your hair did, you're gonna be over $1,000 to go to the concert. That's for one person. Now, come on, guys. But anyway, so you got Riri performing at. I just got a little carried away with this whole Beyonce thing. It's been buzzing in my head. I just love. And don't get me wrong, I've seen her performances, and they are art. That's all I'm gonna say. I've seen it twice. It's art, and it is, you know what, you don't even feel like you're going to get your money's worth. For those that want to pay you $1,000, knock yourself out. I'm not going to hate on you. No, just don't break up from your boyfriend or fiance behind the tickets, especially if you got something else that's planned out there for your life. You know what I'm saying? So you got the jersey, you know what I'm saying? My wife is into the sports. We into it. We're going to watch the game tonight after we come back from the parades and doing our New Orleans thing, But let's dive into this. Women in sports. Should wives/girlfriends get into sports that their man is into, or should it just be his thing, his alone time? What do you think?
I think it's twofold, right? Now, if you gonna want to watch the game or to dictate his time or to control it or to do it your way, then let him have his sport if that's not something that you really like, right? But if you are looking for ways to connect with him, to try to understand, yeah.
That's a big word there, man.
No, seriously. If you're trying to have some time to connect or just, get to know him more, and you want to kind of not almost be be there, but not trying to take over, then that's another thing. That may be different. But not to try to dictate, because some men need a long time. I don't know. You hang out with me, so I don't know. You don't be needing a break from me?
I like hanging out with my wife.
So I don't know.
I like hanging out with my wife. She's pretty dope, and if we can watch a sports game or whatever, man, it's always a good time. We recently went to the UK and sat down in the pub, and we watched the real football.
Oh.
And that's what my UK friends call it. But the American football is the football. But we watched football on a global level, and we watched some teams battle one another, and it was her and I had a blast, had a good time. So I like to have my woman into sports.
Yeah.
And then she even gets some, we get into some debate sometime, you know what I'm saying? For example, LeBron, MJ, or Kobe.
Jesus.
LeBron just passed the, number one scoring title.
Yes, he did.
So does that make him the GOAT? Or is MJ Kobe? Who's the GOAT? I know you're a Kobe girl, so.
I'm going to say what LeBron said. He said he's going to let the people decide. I'm not the people.
All right.
I will say this, though. That Nike commercial really triggered me. And if y'all didn't hear it, y'all need to go listen to it. Because I was triggered. I couldn't understand.
It's the king. It's the king.
It was the lady in church.
The church lady.
Preaching.
Preaching.
I couldn't. So yeah, they take it too far. I think the people, they do too much. But I think that Kobe, MJ, and LeBron are all great players for their own reasons. And I don't think it needs to be compared. I don't think they all have different things that they bring
to the game.
They have brought to the game,
Yeah.
and
So
LeBron is still bringing it to the game.
You're not going to take a position because because by the time he finishes, you're going to have like over 40,000 points.
But the thing is,
and it's gonna be the most
people always want to say because you like Kobe that you automatically are a LeBron hater. I'm not. Like, I can recognize talent.
You're one of the few like that though, because some people can't. I know some people that's like even real close to you that can't even. That LeBron, in this whole MJ thing. They don't like LeBron because they like somebody else. But I ain't going to call nobody names that, over there on Prescott.
Don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't call it.
Okay.
Don't call it.
All right. So.
But anyway.
So should it be, that man, it's a sports should it be that man's moment to get away, disconnect a bit, or should it be, should it be something that you can be a part of? Who makes that call?
I think it's a preference. So like if the woman already likes sports, then that may be, a way for y'all to hang out. But if that's not really your thing and it's his preference to say, I really like this time to just hang with my boys, you gotta respect that to an extent. You may not like it, may not feel good.
Right.
But if he is, on the fence, don't care either way, then I would definitely try to connect. But people funny, so it kind of, I think it's gonna on a case by case.
Okay, so it is. I think it's a case by case scenario. I would encourage all guys, if your girl likes sports a little bit, teach her a little bit of the game. Help her get into it. Help her experience it. This will save you from watching one of them little shows that come on Netflix that this girl in Paris. Who cares about in Paris when the playoffs are starting? Or who cares about who's in Paris when the NBA trades are going on? Who cares about who's in Paris? So what we need to be focusing on is getting her on board so she can understand what's going on so you don't have to watch that girl in Paris. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like I was saying.
Emily didn't do anything to you.
I just don't watch it, Emily.
Bonjour.
Okay. Mademoiselle, like I was saying. So that would be my advice to guys. Get her involved with it. The more you make her excluded from it, the more it would be problematic down the road.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then it would be more of an issue that you go and watch the games. But if you brought her to the sports bar with you, then obviously you would have another moment to connect.
Yeah.
Period.
And it don't have to be all the time. Like,
no.
There can be some games that you watch with your homeboys, and there can be some games you watch with your lady. I mean, it can be the best of both worlds.
Yes, please. It can be the best of both worlds, especially before you have kids, because once you start having all these kids, trust me, I know about this very quite well, because when you start having these kids, you will be spending time watching it with your lady and then your children, and then folks in New Orleans say you're cheering. You be watching in a game, watching the game on the big screen at home with your cheering, trying to get them to not interrupt you. So it's best to have your lady with you. So maybe you won't be doing other things and make cheering. Just words of advice. Just saying. All right. So, babe, what are some tips that you can give women to like a sport that the man is into, in particular football? Because you like football. We just start with football. We just start with just that. I do
like football. But I also know there's a lot of women who, A, don't like it, B, don't care about it. And that's
so unfortunate. I feel bad for anybody who don't like football. I just feel bad.
But I think women can try, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you actually sit down to, I don't know, like, cause my whole family, like, we are a competitive bunch.
Right.
We're competitive. We love sports. So for me, that's normal for the women to like sports.
Mm-hmm.
So people can try. You can't, like, you know what they say, don't knock it till you try it. So I would say at least try. And I think when people understand stuff, then it's then you can open the door to actually like it. People who don't, people shun things that they don't understand. So try to understand. It's really not that hard. You don't have to know what every penalty is to like the sport.
Yeah, that can take you a little while to figure that part out.
And then when your man cheer, you cheer too. When your man get mad, you get mad. And then until you really start figuring it out, then that's a quick guide. If he cheering, you cheer too.
Right. You clapping right there.
And if it's homeboy over and he going for the other team, if he cheering, then you don't cheer the homeboy.
All right, so when we watch a game with Greg and the Saints are playing the Cowboys, now you gotta be
baby. You asked me about women who needed tips on liking sports. I'm already in there. We good. Me and Greg, we locked in. So,
okay. All right. I just thought it would be a little moment.
You tried. Sorry.
All right. Who that? But anyway, so one.
How about them Cowboys? I mean, what?
One of the things you tried it anyway. Dak not.
Wow, Dak's your boy.
So
wow,
so
you people,
so
you Saints people are so shady. You like Dak?
What?
Wow. You be over
here.
here.
Remarkable
you
story.
are always cheering for
clean-cut
him.
Brother.
Wow.
That does the right thing.
You said
sometimes
that.
you just don't. You don't take a position. I like them to take more, hard positions, but. Outside of
moving right along, don't try to backtrack. I cannot believe you.
So one of the things, when it comes to ladies liking, a sport, especially football in particular, sometimes you just got to just find something simple to like in it. Maybe it might be the team colors, right? For example, Los Angeles Chargers, those are some lovely colors. They go back many years. So that might be one of the things that you fall in love to, right? Or if you look at the TV and you be like, oh man, that black and gold is sweet, then he's like, all right, I like black and gold. Why not? Especially when they wear the white jerseys, with throwback numbers. Oh, that's even better, right? So those are one of the things when you got to find something that you can just find and fall in love to, right? You might just say that's one of those things.
Yeah. I mean, and basketball is easy to like too. So if you're struggling with football.
Yeah, if you're struggling with football, then
basketball
is
easier to like.
But basketball, you man gotta like basketball. Because basketball, you can see the faces. So that all makes everything a little bit, can relate more, right? And it's simple. They got 5 people versus 5 on the court. That's it. Not 11 people that you gotta figure out, but just 5. So if basketball is a thing, you can embrace that too.
Yep.
So, we are a sports family, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the sports, it's something that we're gonna have to approach when we got 2, all of our kids so far have been involved in sports, except the last 2. The oldest one is playing college ball at Spring Hill. The next one, our son, he's playing travel basketball, and our other daughter, she's playing travel softball. So the other ones keep us real busy with sports. Now, when we come with these other 2 young boys, how should we go about, how parents should go about picking sports for their child, or should they force kids to play everything?
Using the word force is like, can we find a better word?
Or how do you just sign them up? I don't even know what you say. Just sign them up.
I think if the child has expressed interest in a sport, then you should suggest or recommend trying multiple sports until you find the one that you like.
So what about at 5? Like, so Wyatt about to be 5.
Wyatt is not about to be 5.
In 2 years.
Okay, in 2 years.
In 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he'd be 4 this year, so, a little less than 2 years.
Okay.
So we got to get to a spot where we have to pick a sport for the boy, see what he can do. I want to see if he's going to be an athlete or not.
We could start with soccer.
Y'all know what they say. Once they start turning soccer, they don't get to play football because they start to compete with them.
Soccer helps you with football.
Okay.
In my opinion. Football, like at 5, football, that's a little young.
Okay.
So we'll see.
All right. So 5 at football, contact sport. Are you on it or you off of it?
I don't really know. He could do T-ball.
That's baseball. It's not football.
I said he could do T-ball.
What they got to do with football?
We just talking about sports.
I want to know about football.
He'll have his time.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The boy is going to be sheltered. No contact sport.
Basketball is a contact sport.
No contact sport. The contact sport, football for a couple of years. What would be the ideal age for mama in this era? What's the ideal age for the contact sport? Football.
Like 8, 9, 10. Because for me, with football, you have to have the heart for it. Like, you can't go out there and play scared. So for me,
I agree with that.
You introduce them to other sports, and if they be like, Mama, I want to play football. And at that point, that's when we're going to talk about it. Because if not, I force football on a kid, and they don't really have the heart for it, or they're scared they're going to get hit. That don't make me feel good.
Right.
Like, when you step on the field, I want you to,
be ready. So you can be in a stand.
I can't say what I want to say.
So you can be in a stand like, yeah, that's right. How you be in a stand?
I be quiet.
You be quiet? You better show them. You better show them.
I don't say that.
What'd you say?
What I be saying?
That's right. That's what I'm... Come on. How animated you be? Oh,
I am very animated, for real.
That's mainly in basketball. You be mainly...
Definitely in basketball. I told my brothers, I sent them some videos of a BJ, some clips I had took, and I told them, I said, watch it on mute, because I'm embarrassed.
All day, every day. That's a foul. Rep with a foul at. Basketball people sit right next to the court, so they right there on the floor. On football, they be kind of far back, so you can't really always hear that. Basketball, the kid be like, what you mean? Right? Because mama be fussing at the kids right there on the floor. Come on now, ref, that's a foul. Where your glasses at? Be talking to the refs, That's one of them sports that's real up close and personal. That's how my wife be, She forget everything when the kids start playing sports and, so one of the things that we can do, like in softball, so it's a little different on the softball side.
It is, and I'm very quiet in softball.
Yeah, because we go sit on the backside of the fence, very far away from the umpire.
Hold up, there is etiquette for like all of the sports.
Yeah.
Like so when you disagree in softball, you basically still encourage the other team. Like if a pitcher throw and it was really a strike and the umpire don't call it, you'll be what they'll say.
Oh, that's bullshit.
No, they won't. They don't like really come at Blue. They'll be like, that's a good pitch. That's it. Put it right there again. Like they'll say stuff like that to let Blue know that he missed the call. They won't blatantly say, oh, come on, Blue, that was a strike. You couldn't see that? At least not in travel ball.
No, not so much, because you can, as a parent, you can get kicked out. You get kicked out. The umpire kick you out the
I
stand.
mean, you could get kicked out as in basketball, but they're a little less
not as much. The umpires don't play in softball.
They don't.
Only so
So
much.
you have to be clever when you disagree with their calls.
Yeah, you can only say blew your trash, for so long.
I know, but they don't really say that. But anyway, we wasn't even really talking about me. At least we shouldn't have been talking about how I am on the sideline because, I just be cheering.
Mm.
Come on, good job.
Go. That's how you be?
Do it again.
That's how you be?
Hmm?
That's how you be? Come on! All right. I'm gonna lay off my wife.
Get up off me.
But just to answer the question, because a lot of mothers are going through this and they're trying to, evaluate this age thing. At what age were you allow the boys to play football?
When they ask me about it, so like 8, 9, 10.
Quiet. Hey, wait.
I'm gonna know if you told them.
Oh, okay.
Kids can't lie, and neither can you. So, well, they can lie, but they're not really good ones. But anyway.
Okay.
Don't be pushing my kids up to come and ask me.
I'm going to push our children just to be the best they can possibly be, and that's it.
Oh boy.
Okay, so now.
Wait, what's the age you think?
The age I think. I think between 6 and 8, they have to be deciding if this is something that they want to participate in.
Okay,
give it a shot. Between 6 and 8.
we agree somewhere. So let's start at 8 and between 8 and 10.
Between 6 and 8.
8 and 10.
5 and 6-year-old football, they can probably they can do without that age. And when they get into the 6, 7-ish, if they want, what I would like to see by 10, they have at least paid at least 2 years if they're going to play it. That's what I would like to see by 10.
Y'all stay tuned. We'll let you know how that works out.
Yeah, we got a little ways to go on that, so we're going to keep working it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because right now, Wade, the youngest one, that joker love basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Like he trying to dribble he's not even 2. He's trying to dribble.
Yeah.
Big
and
time.
shoot. And cry when you try to take him out.
And you cried, and he cries when you take him out the gym. So he may be a problem, y'all. We're gonna keep y'all tuned on that. So now let's turn to this.
Mm-hmm.
What should it look like?
Did you take a deep breath?
Yeah, because it's just that one right here,
Oh boy. Okay.
What should it look like for blended families at sporting events for their children? Their children, their bonus children. What it should look like? 'Cause sometimes I think people be it'd be a little bit tense.
What it should look like is all parties participating to show support for the minor child, because children need to know that they are supported.
Okay.
And that's it. That's
Keep
how
it.
it should look.
Okay. So now, what advice would you give to a mother or father who is struggling with inviting the other co-parent, especially when they're not paying no money towards that event?
Well, I think a lot of it starts with the parent themselves. They have to do some work to get past the point where it's really not about them. It's about the child.
Right.
And if the child is of age, the child can invite the parent to the sporting event. You can give them the schedule and let the child say, "Hey, other parent, here's my schedule for this time," and in that way you don't have to. If it's that hard for you, but
what if the child be sitting? If the child does that, and the person don't show up, do you encourage that child to go do it again?
To invite the parent again?
Yeah.
I think it's only so much you can keep putting the child if their feelings are hurt. Like if a person invites a child invites the parent and the parent just keep not showing up, then that can be very hurtful. And so I wouldn't constantly push a child up to experience heartbreak, but I definitely wouldn't leave the parent out of it. Like if the parent is saying, I want to be a part, let me know when, the events are. I want to make sure I'm there. Parents may not be able to make everything, but I wouldn't take the opportunities away just because you feel that they don't do it as much as you want them to do. So, again, it's always on a case by case, because if a parent, for example, they are truck drivers, they go over the road and they may have trips that go, and they may be gone 3 weeks out of a month. That 1 week they're there, they can make gains, but the other 3 weeks they couldn't. So is he any less than because he couldn't make it the other 3 weeks? He working. But if a person is just, not showing up, I don't know. Are they one of those parents that's choosing not to be in their child's life, or they are not showing up because it's too much drama? It can be a lot of things, but I do think the parent should make it available, make the information available, and either you can send it if you are healed and happy and whole enough to do it, or you let the child invite their parent, especially if they're old enough.
Understood. Yeah, I believe that make the information available, and if they show up, they show up. And I think if they do show up, still, as a child, and I always say I would like to put, I like to put more on people than I guess you would say they can handle. But at the same time, I think that, everybody, you should teach your kids on how to always play the higher road. Because in life, you're going to be dealt with adversity cards, and you have to face different things in life. So if you get used to playing that higher road, that's what we call a long game. Keep playing a long game. So if it's the parent inviting that other parent, that's to get them to participate, not beg them, put the information, make it available. If they show, they show. Your responsibility is to make it available. As a child, you can communicate these events, so on and so forth. If they're available, great. If they're not, oh well. Child must just know and feel, no matter who's there, they feel supported through it all. I think
you just repeated exactly what I said.
Absolutely. So I agree with you. I don't believe in parents withholding the information, or making it, difficult to get.
No, you should.
So I think that some parents, they have the information, they don't tell the other parent. It always seems as though the parent, when they want to be involved, the information is, of course, not available. You don't even know. You can't even figure it out. And you're playing guessing games. Seems like when you want to know, that's how people do you. But then when you don't have nothing to do with it, they want to give you all the information. Say, look what you're missing out. Look what you're missing. Being a little sassy. But, in the end, I think, as when you're co-parenting and you're trying to, form these relationships with your children beyond the existence of with their parent, be available, show up, be present in the moment. Of course, myself, I work a hefty schedule, but you gotta find some time to make those.
You make time for what you want.
You make time for what you want, but you gotta make time for your children.
Yeah.
Especially their big moments, their life events.
And it's harder when you're not in the house anymore. So you have to put forth the effort.
Most definitely. And another thing is, when you are at those events with with your other co-parents and your children, another thing is this is not the time to have any debates, any talks about adult matters.
No.
I believe that it's a time that you focus primarily on the child and the event and why you're there.
I mean, and of
keep
course
all that other stuff to the side.
Yeah, and I mean, if the parents are not in the, I guess, in the most friendly ways, they're in every venue, you can be on opposite sides. So there's no reason to.
They ain't gotta sit next to each other.
No, I mean, but if y'all are cool, then great.
That's a blessing right there, man.
That is a blessing. But if y'all not there yet, yet. Then just sit on separate sides, and then you don't have to have those conversations, because I'm sure each state has guidelines, and one of those guidelines will be to not discuss, financial matters and all of those important things that children should not hear anyway. So. Right.
And when y'all are not on the best terms, another thing that parents should not do is, not let the child speak to the other parent when they're there. Oh, come on, baby, don't worry about speaking to her. No, come on, don't speak to him. Don't be that way.
That's disrespectful.
let the child go embrace their parent.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Absolutely.
They came, showed up, and encourage it. The child will remember, when my parent came, I saw my dad, saw my mom, and it was all good, all love. They all came out to support me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the child would remember the most. Mm-hmm. Or it can be like, man, can't take these people nowhere.
Yep.
It can be that. So you got to pick, which one you want. At the end of the day, keep it about the child and why you're there, and stay focused on the main thing. The main thing is the child. Period.
There's nothing to say behind that.
All right. So, as we're starting to do now in our podcast, it's something that is very intentional, because we are blessed beyond measures. We like my wife, my beautiful bride, to close us out in prayer. Babe?
Yep, you got it, babe. Now this really be having me all out of my comfort zone.
Oh, get comfortable, right? Girl.
Yeah, because prayer is like a private thing your girl do. But it's all good. Here we are.
Yeah, my people need to hear something, though. We gotta bless the people.
Okay. Lord, thank you once again for the time that we spend. And in everything we do, God, we pray that we give glory to your name. And God, for parents who are struggling, who are not yet in a place where they can coexist and be in the places together to support their children, God, I pray now that they strive for peace. God, I pray now that they look for peace and to make peace with each other so that their children can see the fruits of that. So God, I pray now for peace in relationships. I pray now that all parents remember what they're doing it for, and it is for the child. So God, I pray now, I come against all strife. I come against all things that are meant to divide. So God, I pray now that we begin to start unifying like never before. God, I pray now we're healing ourselves so that we can be the best versions of ourselves for our children. God, I pray now for all athletes as they go and do their sports, that no harm, danger come against them. God, I pray now that they stay healthy and whole. And I just pray that we all can be one day. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen, amen, amen. Thank you for sharing that with us, babe. That is it for another episode of the We Blended and Blessed podcast.
Until next time.
Stay blessed. Of course.